This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. So, we had seen yesterday what is the purpose of a view, what is the purpose of stored procedures, and what is the purpose of a function. Functions also called as user defined functions or UDFs. What is the purpose of a view? To centralize the code. What is the purpose of the stored procedure? To centralize the code. What is the purpose of a function or a UDF? It is also to centralize the code. But the question is that when should I use view? When should I use stored procedure? When should I use function? That we're going to be discussing very soon. Clear? But today, let us understand what is a view and what is indexed views. These are very, very important topics. Okay, so very simple to understand what is a view and what is the indexed view. Let us start this. Need for the view, features, types of views, options with views, indexed views. So I this is my database. I have a table. Think about a table called account master table or table called transaction master table because database will have a lot of tables. So what is that I need? I need account details for branch BR1. So what do? You never give a entire table to customer, right? So you have to write a query, give the query to the customer. For example, account details for branch BR1. If you're a branch BR1 manager, what is that you wanted to see? I wanted to see as a branch BR1 manager complete info about branch BR1, right? So what is the query we write? Select star from account master table where branch equals to BR1. So BR1 customers data will be shown in that query. So I wanted to know account balance details. I wanted to see what is the balance. Then you may be writing one more query, right? And I wanted to know today's summary of transactions for branch BR1. For example, what is the cash deposits today? What are the total cash withdrawals happened today? And what are the checks, deposits and withdrawals happened today? I wanted to have a summary by end of the day. Clear? For branch BR1, for branch BR2, for branch BR3. Like that, I wanted to get an information. For this, what you do? You write a query, right? Again, average monthly transaction type wise summary for every region. So north region wise, what is the average monthly transactions? Okay, north region cash deposits are this much $1 billion. Okay, south maybe this much $1 billion, east maybe this much $1 billion. Like that, I wanted to know as a regional level manager, I wanted to see what is the sales for each and every region. Clear? Average monthly transaction type wise amount. Clear? This is a summary report. Accounts likely to become inoperative next month. So what is the this one? I wanted to know who did not do any transactions, say more than 6 months. Clear? So I wanted to write a query and that I wanted to use it. If you don't do any transaction for more than 6 months, what will happen? So already you have crossed 5 months. Okay. So next month will be your sixth month. So you can give an alert. Clear? So already you did not do any transaction against your account. So you can say that these accounts are likely to become inoperative next month. So the bank may give you 6 months or 1 year of time, right? If you don't do any transactions against your bank account, then it will be marked as inoperative account, right? So for each and every query, what we do, we write a queries, right? So we go to the tables and we write lot of queries, right? So let me go for each and every requirement, we write a query. So I take select star from branch BR1, right? So where I wanted to know what are the customers in branch BR1. I write a query. Okay. And I wanted to know who are the people who did not do any transactions last 6 months. Okay. Last 6 months, no transactions made. Okay. So how do you do it? So we have a select star from transaction table. Okay. So where uh, when you go to transaction table, I wanted to know who have done the transaction last 6 months. Last 6 months means date diff, okay, comma dot, date of transaction, and get date less than or equals to 6. What is the meaning? People have done the transactions in last 6 months. So I wanted to know these are the guys. Okay, these are the guys have done the transaction last 6 months. Okay, so I wanted to know only account IDs. Clear? Who are the customers who have done the transactions? So these people, let me use lot of duplicate data is available. I wanted to find out a distinct. Clear? So these are the people have done the transactions last 6 months. Clear? So, but if you take your data, who did not do, so remaining people did not do at all. So these are the guys we have complete data. So what we do, we write where account ID in and if I say these people are done the transactions, okay, these people done the transactions last 6 months, right? So, but who did not do any transaction? Account ID in, sorry, it is last 6 months, right? So these are the people who have done the transactions the last 6 months. These who did not means ACID not in, right? So when you execute this, these are the people who did not do any transaction last 6 months. So these status will become inoperative very soon because as of now, the status is accounts are open. So for these customers, you find out these people. For these guys, we need to make status clear. We have to get the status as what update. So if I wanted to make them update, so I wanted to find out who are the people who did not do any transactions. Okay, last 6 months. These are the people who have done the transactions. These are the people only done the transaction. Remaining people, if I need means, I need to go like this. So this will give me who did not do. Last 6 months, no transactions made by these people. Clear? So you can get account ID if you wanted to get. So these are the people who did not do any transactions. Okay, these people. So when I get the account ID, if I wanted to make update statement, so update account master table set status is equivalent to inoperative. Okay, where account ID in open the bracket and close the bracket. Clear? So what will happen? So I am getting these are the people who did not, who have done the transactions. Okay, using this. So using this, I am finding who did not do the transaction. These people, right? These people who did not do transaction. So I have to mark these guys, these guys account ID as inoperative. So I can also use subqueries in my update queries as well. So I should be able to write like this. Now, if you see your data, so this is the data you're getting it, right? So maximum time, everything is in open state, operational state. When you run this query, what would happen? Automatically, so all the 55 rows have been affected. So when you see the data, most of them are not doing any transaction. Now you should be able to see these people did not do any transaction last 6 months. It has become inoperative. This is the query. Okay, so this is the query we are writing. So a lot of things you should be able to know how to write queries, right? So we are updating here and we are writing some query here. So I wanted to know who are the people who did not do any transaction. Mean this is the query, right? So and we simply update it. Let me control C, and this is for update statement. If you wanted to update, this is the logic. But I don't want to update it. Only I would like to find out who are the people who did not do any transaction. Means I wanted to simply write a query, right? So and put star in this context. And this is one more query. So, but the problem is I am writing complicated queries. This is one query I am writing. I have written one more query, and for each and everything, I wanted to know every region wise, or transactions or the total amount. I write one more query with the help of joins and everything. The problem, if I close this, what will happen? If I close this, if I close this, the code which I'm writing, which is completely gone. Clear? If I don't save anywhere, if I don't save anywhere, the code is gone, right? Because the code is not going to centralize anywhere, but I'm writing my code. Clear? So I have copy pasted. So if I wanted to centralize this code, centralize this query, centralize this query, centralize this query, I want to centralize each and every query. So what I should do, instead of writing like this, what you do, you create a view. So inside a view, you can have the query. Clear? So how many queries we can have? Only one query per view. Clear? So if you wanted to centralize the code, what you can do, you can create a view. So view is going to be centralizing your query. Otherwise, if you write loose, queries like this and try to, save sometimes we save the file like this. If you save the file is getting saved where? File is getting saved in the D drive. For example, I say some queries. I say some queries. If I save some this in the D drive, so it is not going to be going inside this, right? Inside means it has to go in your body. If you keep something in the on the table or somewhere, so is it part of your body? No, it is not part of your body. It is elsewhere. So it is going to be saved in D drive or C drive. This script, but the problem is that if I forget to take the script, then definitely I am gone. So I don't want to keep the script or the code elsewhere. I wanted to keep this, this query is in my, SQL Server itself. Then that is the case where you should be able to go in for a view. So what is a view? View is nothing but a query only. Clear? A single query is a view. So view is able to store your query. So that's what you can understand. So if you wanted to get this kind of a details, normally we write queries. But if you write a query, what is the problem? The query code is not going to be saved anywhere in your database. So what we do, we write a view. Inside the view, we write one query, and that query will get saved in the parcel and part of your view. The view will get saved because view is a database object. Okay, view is what? Database object, because database object means which you can see. When you open a bank, you can see a table. This is a database object. View, you can see it is a database object. When you go to programmability, a stored process you can see this is a database object. Function, database object. Database triggers, assemblies, types, rules, defaults. So all these things are, which you can see, these are called database objects. Clear? So if you create a view, what are you trying to do? You're trying to centralize this code. Clear? So tomorrow you don't write any query like this. For example, you people are writing assignments, right? So what will happen? You're copying, pasting the assignment in the MS Word. If you lose the MS Word file, that is gone. So what you do, you create a view. You can say create a view name assignment number one. So you write the query. Create a view name assignment number two, so that all the views, all the assignments are part of views only, because a view is a query only. Whenever you execute a view, the view is going to be executing this query. So how to create a view, we'll see clearly now. Am I clear? If somebody asks you what is the purpose of a view, so all the data is centralized in the table, but nobody needs a table. For example, I am the customer, so I wanted to know my balance. If you give me all the table data, select star from account master table, will I take all the data from the table? I am not interested, in any other information. I wanted to see my balance. What is the query you write? Select C balance from account master table where account ID is equivalent to 1234. That is my account number. So nobody needs the complete data. People needs information. Information means whatever they need that you wanted to send. To send that, you write lot of queries. But the problem, a query code you are writing as a technical guy, but you are not able to centralize it, the code itself. Clear? So we are going to be centralizing with the help of a view. So focus on specific data. I don't need entire table data. I wanted to see what is my balance. I wanted to see only my branch customers. I wanted to see only my country sales. I wanted to see only my branch sales. So you could be a customer, you could be a manager in the bank, you could be a sales manager, regional level manager, officer. So everybody needs some information, but whether you need something, I need something, all the data has to come from a table. So nobody needs a table, everybody needs information. Clear? We write a lot of queries there to centralize the code. And reusability of the code. You write the code today and you can call multiple times. Why are we centralizing the code? Reusability. This is very, very important. Security. See, these are database objects. You can apply security on a view, right? So you cannot apply security on a query because query is not an object. Query will not saved anywhere, but a query can be part of a view today. You can apply security there. Simplify data manipulations, customized perception, combined partitioned data. So these last 3 points we'll discuss later. So you need to understand why view to centralize the code. Why are we centralizing the code? Because I wanted to make sure I would like to use the same code again and again repeatedly. Code reusability will come because of a view, because of a stored procedure, because of a function. Since these are database object, you can apply security. Okay, which person can execute which view? Which guy can execute which view? You can give a permission to the view. Clear? So let us understand some more features. Tables in more than one database, you can get it. More than one server, you can get it. On base tables or on views, you can get it. No defaults, no triggers, no constraints are allowed inside the view, and no temporary views. So we can create a temporary table. So there is no temporary view. Clear? And no views on temporary tables as well. No views on what? Temporary tables as well. So we cannot create a views on temporary tables also. That is also one more point. Now, explicit name for every column if expressions, constants, aggregates, duplicate names in the base tables. Now, order by keyword is not supported in the view. Okay. So what is the view? If you ask me, view is a create a view name. View is a single query. So this is the syntax. Clear? So view is nothing but a single query only. Am I clear? So that's you should know how to call the view. Read the data from the view, or you can say how to call the view. Select star from the view name. So you can write a table name here. You can also write the view name here. So views can be called as part of select. That is the beauty. Drop a view. Drop view name. So View can take only one query. You cannot write two queries, three queries, four queries, all the queries. No, you can write maximum one query, and no update, no insert, no delete statements are allowed. Remember this. View cannot take an update statement. View cannot take an insert statement. View cannot take, for example, this is the query. Okay. This can be part of a view, but this is update statement. So this cannot be a part of a view at all. Clear? So inside a view, you cannot write update statement like this. Update is not allowed. Only one query. This query may be subquery, correlation subquery, ranking functions, joins. You can have anything. So you can turn this query into a, a view. You can create this query into a view because this query will get centralized. Clear? So that's what you can do it. What is the syntax of the view? Create a view, view name, and write the query. So what we do, we write like this. So if I wanted to create a view, I say create a view bw. So view get customers underscore branch br1 as. Okay, so this is my query. So create a view get customers branch br1. I am writing a single query, so I am able to create a view. So this is how I should be able to create a view. So once you create a view, you should be able to see the view here, and this is what is my view. Clear? So now tomorrow, if you wanted to call the view. So calling a view is very, very simple. Select star from the view name. So instead of writing a table name, we are going to write the view name. Now you should be able to write the view name like this. So this will give me branch BR1 data only. So if I am a manager, if I'm a manager in the branch BR1, so I don't want to take, I don't want to take BR2 data. I wanted to have BR2 data. Clear? BR1 data. Tomorrow you wanted to see BR2 data, so we create one more view with BR2. If you have, let us say, some 100 branches, what we're going to be creating, we are creating lot of views like this. So this view will be given to the manager of branch BR2. Clear? This view will be given to the branch manager of BR1. So he wanted to see his data. I wanted to see my data. So many people wanted to see their own data. They're not interested the customers of New York. So they are not interested the customer of elsewhere. So I am the branch manager of BR1. So when I join the company, I will be given a permission on this view. Clear? So I don't know, I'll be simply calling, for example, if there is a website, I'll log into website and I click on a button br1 customers. When I click on br1 customers button, a view will get called. This view will get called. This view is internally calling this query. Clear? So this view is internally calling this query, so you will be able to get this data. Clear? Like that, we are going to be writing, a lot of views. Each view is going to be having a query. Clear? So this is how you are going to be executing creating a view. This is how you're going to be executing. What is the good thing? Because we don't know which table you have used, we don't know what is the logic you have applied, nobody knows. Okay, everything is hidden. So these are the views. These are called in your client application. Okay, tomorrow you may be creating a website. So see, when you go to a company as a manager, you never see a SQL server. You will be given a portal. So ICICI Bank portal, Citibank, website. So where you're going to be going and operating. Clear? So you see my data or see my customers. So there'll be BR1, BR2, BR3, BR4. For example, when you go to Naukri.com, okay, when you go to Naukri portal, let me show you some Naukri portal, right? So I go to Naukri portal now. right? So if you see clearly, Oracle, what do you mean by Oracle? This one. So these are what? These are views only. These are views only. Clear? Why? Because if I click on Oracle, it is going to give me the jobs available in Oracle, something like this. I'm going to be getting some data from, okay, this Oracle website they're referring to, sorry. Okay, let me click on some product here, HCL or something. If I click on something here, information technology, when I click on this, I'm able to get some data. This is pointing to some job portal. Okay, so if you go to naukri.com and check, so they will give you jobs for 5 years people, job for 10 years people, MSBI consultant, enter location, let us say Hyderabad, I wanted to have it. Okay, so I wanted to search something. So I'm able to get some data. Have you seen some locations here? Pune, Chennai, Bangalore. What do you mean by this? So when you click on Hyderabad and Bangalore, what will happen? They are going to call a view. So what is the view? The view they would have written like this. So we are writing branch BR1, right? So they will be writing location is equivalent to, they'll say Pune, right? So this would have been written, and this query, this will say uh, jobs Pune. So they will be writing like this. And when you go there, when you click on this, when I click on Pune, it is a calling a view. So all the data you'll be calling a view. So view will get executed. Now this is how a website is going to show. Website is going to show if the salary. So salary is means that they'll be writing a lot of views, and all the views are getting called here. See, have you seen this? So you don't know that you're calling a view, but this is when you click on a Mumbai, another view will get called. Clear? So another view will get called where location equals to Mumbai. Clear? So always you interact with the front end portal. Whenever you click on something, what will happen? A specialized views are getting filtered, views are getting called, and which are displaying the data. So this is how we are displaying the data, but this is how a front end application is going to be displaying the data. Clear? So this is what is the beauty of .NET, beauty of Java, beauty of Angular JS or SAP applications. Am I clear? So whenever you go to the portals, and the portal will be calling, so when I say Java developer, and I'm giving a locality, let us say Bangalore. I'm giving like this. When I give like this and go for a search, so what is going to be happening? It is taking these two inputs. It may be calling a stored procedure, or it may be calling a program. Clear? So underneath, so below this search button, there is a stored procedure, or there is a view, a function, something will get called, and it is going to take this and executing the data and getting some result set. So the result set is getting posted like this. Clear? So the way these people are arranging is because of the Java. So Java is getting complete data, or .NET is getting complete data from the database, maybe Oracle, maybe SQL Server. Now who's fetching the data? Who's there inside this button? Inside the button, this website may be calling a stored procedure, or calling a function, or calling what? A view. So that is what you should know it. Clear? So, but normally SQL Server or Oracle will show the data like this. So the same data will get represented or visualized like this. Clear? And in the database, you also have a photo. Clear? You have a photo here. The same photo will be taken, and they're going to be displaying like this, and lot of data is going to work like this. Clear? So this is how you need to understand. End of the day, you are going to be creating lot of views. These views are called in the client applications, client portals. Clear? You never knew whether it is a view or a stored procedure or a function, it depends upon the criteria. So when should I go in for a view and everything? That already I think you know. So what is the one thing, one condition? Create a view. View can have only one query. But if I wanted to execute two queries at a time, so that is where views cannot be used. If view cannot be used, the next feature can be implemented. That is a stored procedure. Clear? So I wanted to write multiple queries in a single program. So that is when view is completely gone. View always a single query. And I cannot write update statement also. I told you, right? So update cannot be used in your view in your view. For example, if I say create a view, view name vw update, let us say status as, now you try to execute. So I'm writing a query here. As I'm writing a query, now this can work fine. But if I write a create a view something like this and try to create, it is going to fail. Why? Because incorrect syntax is the key one, update, because update cannot be used, only select. Clear? So if I'm not able to centralize this code in a view, then in this case I'll be using what? A stored procedure. So create a procedure. Okay, create a proc, or you can say procedure. So you can give whatever be the name, USP and blah 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 as. So this is how we are going to be creating. Create a proc, update status as begin, and this is the complete logic. Okay, and that's what we're going to be writing. So now let me create a proc. Okay, so proc is completed successfully. So only, see, end of the day we are writing insert update these queries only. So you want to create a procedure, you want to create a view, that is in your hand. So when should I go in for a view, when should I go in for a procedure? I have given you two things first. Okay, a view can take only one query, but I wanted to get multiple queries in a single program, then view cannot be used. And the second one I told, so if you wanted to write update statement or delete statement or select statement, so a lot of things I would like to implement, so where view cannot be implemented, so instead of a view you can go in for a proc. The syntax is similar to this: create a proc name as, then begin and write complete code and end. You can also have one more, query you can write like this. So a lot of things can be written. Select star from account master table, and where branch ID is equivalent to branch BR1. You can write a lot of queries. After that, select star from blah, blah, blah. So whatever you wanted to write, you should be able to write multiple queries. So this is one thing. This is one more thing I'm able to write. So multiple things I should be able to write it. Clear? So this is what is the beauty. So this is the, one more query. This, I wanted to write last 6 months, no transaction made customers. Create a view. Okay. VW, no transactions made customers. So you give beautiful naming conventions. So no transactions made last 6 months customers. Okay, so no transactions are done last 6 months. Create a view. So this is the view, because single query, the query is implemented. So, and tomorrow what I do, I have created all of them. I wanted to close this, you close it, that's it. So you have created lot of views, lot of stored procedures, and everything is now centralized. You simply go and you can call them. If I wanted to call the view, you can simply know what is the view name, right? So what is the view name? Simply you can go and refresh and go to the view last 6 months who did not do any transactions. Okay, so this is the view. So these people did not do any transaction last 6 months. This view can be used. That's it. So do you know what is the underlying query for this? You don't need to worry about it. If you wanted to see the view, You can simply right click on this and you say design. Okay, you can see the complete code. This is the code you have written. Clear? If you wanted to see the code, right click on this, you say design. But I wanted to see the code like programmatically. So you can use sp underscore help text and view name. Okay. See the code programmatically means sp underscore help text view name. What is the view name? View name is this, right? So this is the view name. Copy and paste it. You should be able to see the complete code here. You know, so this is the code. Click on this, copy this, and you should be able to get the complete view that you have written. Have you seen this? Create a view, view name. So the complete logic is here. So if you wanted to see, if you wanted to modify something, for example, I this is my view and I would like to alter something. You can say alter a view. I don't need all the data. I need account ID, name, and the branch of the customers and the C balance and what is the status. Clear? So I wanted to alter this view like this. So altered. Now you should be able to call the view. Now view is getting only this data. Clear? So all this is already, it has become inoperative because these people did not do any transactions last 6 months. Am I clear? So this is how you should be able to do it. If this guys goes to bank. Okay, if Anushka gonna go to the bank and her account would have been inoperative, so they need to make some penalty of 500 bucks or 100 bucks. Then after that they need to give a letter. So then the government officials will, the bank officials make, so status is equivalent to O. Then she can do the other transactions. Otherwise, she will not be able to send anything. No cash deposit, no withdrawals, nothing is been made can be done to these accounts because these people are not doing any transactions according to the bank. So we need to make, if there is no transactions done in the account, so automatically these accounts will get freezed. Clear? Frozen accounts, all of them. Am I clear? So these are the things that you should be able to understand. If you wanted to alter a view, this is how you should be able to alter a view. If you wanted to drop a view, so dropping view is very, very simple. Drop view, view name. So this is the view name. So you should be able to execute it. Now once you execute it, so still it is shown, you simply go there and refresh. Clear? That is gone. Clear? So if you wanted to create a view, always you must use create. Once you create, you should be able to Once you create, you should be able to see the code of the view sp underscore help text. If you wanted to call the view, and this is how you should be able to call the view. Okay, the calling is done in the front end queries, right? So if the bank manager wanted to know who are the customers who's going to be, you know, the accounts have been inoperative already. So the bank manager wanted to know. So there is a small icon. So inoperative customers, that's it. When you click on that, small tab, you will be able to get this data. So like this. Clear, guys? So each and everything can be done to the front end application to the back end servers via a view or a stored procedure or a function. You never knew you were clicking on a view because you simply click on Hyderabad and you want to see the data. You want to refine and refresh the data. So automatically you may be calling a view or you may be calling a stored procedure or you may be calling a function. Clear? So I wanted to modify my phone number. So modify means writing, right? So writing is not done with the help of a view. So if you wanted to modify something, then you can go in for a stored procedure. Clear? I wanted to update my address. So you go to Amazon.com, you change the address. You wanted to change the phone number. You are writing the data into the SQL server. So what will be calling there? So simply you may be calling there a stored procedure. Clear? Because insert, update, delete, select, anything can be written in the view in the stored procedure, but not in the view. View a single query, a single view, not even one more query. Clear? So that is what is the limitations of the view. So when should I use a view? When should I use a stored procedure? I think I have given couple of things, right? So some more things we can understand later. So this is the way that views can be written. Get the code means sp underscore help text view name. Get all the view names. Okay, I wanted to see all the views. So how to get all the views? All the views means select star from sys dot tables will give me all tables in ibank database. Already I told you this. All the tables of ibank. So I wanted to know all views. So you should be able to use this one. So 1, 2, 3. Instead of counting, you should be able to simply count how many views you have. So this is how. So total 16 views I have. If you wanted to get all procedures, stored procedures means you should be able to see like this. Okay, 21 procs are available. If you need a complete procs, you can get. These are the procedures that is available. Clear? So when you go to programmability, so these are the procedures that we have it. Clear, guys? So if you wanted to see all the views, so this is the information object that can be used. Okay, if you need only the view name, so view name you can write like this. This is the name of the view. If you wanted to call all these views, you can say like this. How the view can be called? Select star from this. So when you write like this, you are going to be getting like this. Copy, and you can call one view by one view very easily. If you don't prefix like this, if there is no prefix like this, you don't know whether this is a view or a table. Clear? Because tables are called in the select and views also called in the select. So at the time of creating a view, make sure that you give vw underscore, so that we knew that, for example, this, we don't know whether this is a view or whether this is a table, right? So we don't know. But if you prefix a VW, so where the development point of view, a developer can easily understand this is not a table, this is a view. Clear? So view and a table also can be joined. Views and tables also can be joined. Clear? For example, I wanted to know, this is a branch BR1 data. I wanted to know BR1 means which branch. So we have a table, right? So there is a table called branch master. If you wanted to see the data, we can say select a top 1,000 rows. Okay, this is the data. BR1 means Goa. So what I'm trying to do, I wanted to branch wise customers, right? This is the branch. So what I'm trying to do, I wanted to know branch name. I'll say as a join with this branch. Okay, so this is a table. This is a table as B. You can join on A dot branch ID is equivalent to B dot branch ID. Now we are joining the data, one view and one table. So we can execute. So BRID count BR1 BR name. What I need? I need BR name. BR name as branch, comma count. So I should be able to execute like this. So I am getting branch. If you need BRID also, A dot BRID, because You need to give suffix because BR ID is available in all the tables. So BR1 Goa branch and these many customers are available. Have you seen this? So we can join a view because view is getting some table data. View is a query, right? View is a query. Query is getting some data, and that I'm joining with the table. You can also use a left outer join, right outer, full outer, cross join. Everything can be implemented. So this is what is called a a view. So you can create a view. The view can be called as part of your as part of your programming, and view can be called as part of select, and even tables can be joined and view can be joined. Even tomorrow we create a function, functions also can be joined like this. Clear? So remember, views can be used for joins, even functions also can be used for the joins. Clear? Only stored procs cannot be implemented for the as part of select statement. Clear, guys? So this is how you need to understand. If somebody asks you what is a view, view is a single query. Why view? To centralize the code, to centralize your queries. Okay, so it is a database and object. So anybody can can get a permission to the view, but not permission to the query because queries are not database elements. When you write a query, when you close the connection, query code will be removed from the machine. Nowhere it is going to centralize. If you wanted to keep your query, better write a query inside a view. You also create all the assignments. Create assignment number one, write your query so that the query will be saved as part of a view. Create view assignment number two, something like this. Any questions, guys?